Now we will see our first topic from SADP, that is what is software architecture. Before going to the definition of software architecture, first of all, we will learn what is architecture. In general cases, architecture is a design or it's a blueprint. Okay, we will call architecture is a design or blueprint in general cases. For example, if we want to construct a building, then we need some design or we need some blueprint of that particular building. Okay, we will draw that particular building structure in a paper, so that is called a architecture here. Okay, so like that, if you will see what is a software architecture, see the definition all of you. The software architecture of a system is the structure or structures of the system. So whatever the system we are going to design for, we are going to develop for that system or for that project, we are going to design some architecture, that is called the software architecture here. Means, suppose if we want to develop a project, for that, before going to develop that project, here just we are drawing or designing something. So how that project may have, and what are the some elements or functions of that project. So like that, here we are going to do the work. So that kind of thing is called a software architecture. For example, if we see the technical example, if we take one email, so email is, for example, email is our project there. So if we want to design that project, so how that project will be, how many modules that project will have. Suppose that email has inbox, outbox, spam, trash, like that we have different parts in that email. Already we know that one. So how to design each and everything, the total project will be divided into how many number of functions or modules, like that we can do some design on that particular project before going to developing, before going to create a coding. First of all, we should go for a design. And one more example for this, already you know, you have finished off, I think so, you know about the database DBMS subject. In our DBMS subject, if you want to design one database, so for the database, you will use the ER diagrams for the design. So entity relationship diagrams. Why are we using that entity relationship diagrams? That is for designing to show the customer. So if some customer will come to us for that, so with their requirements, first of all, according to their requirements, we will draw some ER diagrams. Later we will implement that ER diagrams into the coding. So like that here, so that ER diagrams is also called as a architecture, software architecture, to develop a database, one database. So that is the definition of our software architecture. And in simple way, we call it as it is structure or structures of the system, right? And see the screen, which comprises the software elements. And second one is the externally visible properties of those elements and those elements. And the third one is the relationships among them. Suppose this structure has the software elements. So what are the software elements here? Already we have discussed that the elements in a structure or architecture is called the uh, parts or functions. Or otherwise, for suppose in a building, so what are the elements? Suppose if we'll take the construction of a building, what are the elements for that particular building are rooms, which means living room and kitchen and some bedrooms or like that. Here we are going to plan each and every room for different purposes. That purposes are that all the different rooms are called the elements. And coming to the technical example, if we will take same what email, email. So in that email, we have different elements, which means different parts. Those are for functioning. Those are first one is inbox, outbox, and some spam, some trash, and etc. Those are called the elements. And also elements is also called the modules or functions of a particular project, right? So or otherwise, if we'll take another example is WhatsApp. If suppose if we want to develop app WhatsApp app, then what are the modules and what are the functions of that WhatsApp app are? The first one already we know, some contacts list is one of the module, one of the element, or second one is some video call is another element, and some status is third element. So like that, here the WhatsApp has different elements or different functions. Each function has different properties, visible properties. What is the property of each and every module of a WhatsApp? What is the purpose of the video calling? What is the purpose of the status? How it will work? Okay, so if we will take the status of a WhatsApp, it will hold only 24 hours. After 24 hours, the status will automatically expires. Okay, so that is the one of the property of our WhatsApp status. So like that, so WhatsApp status. And third one is relationship among them. So this WhatsApp has different elements. So what is the relationship among each and every element? If we will go for audio call, what is the purpose and what is the relationship with video call? And suppose if we will go for what chatting with somebody, and if we want to group that different people in that WhatsApp also, is it possible or not? So what is the relationship each and every element or each and every module of that particular WhatsApp project? So that is the actual definition of our software architecture. This definition has three parts: software elements, properties of elements, and also relationship among the elements. So this total structure with these 3 points is called the software architecture. So already I have given here email, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any project. Okay, implement before going to develop that project, here we are going to design first that project. That design is called a software architecture here. And next, and in next slide we have what are the implications of the definition. So apart from that 3 points, some other points are related for our definition. What are those? Let us see once. The first one is architecture defines software elements. So what is software? Architecture defines the all software elements. So what are the modules of each and every project? That modules, it will define in our definition, or it will show in our architecture. If we have a project, what are the modules, what are the elements in that project, and what are the role of that particular element. So how it will work, like that we will define each and every element in our architecture. That is our first point. Coming to the second point, system comprise more than one structure, which means one system or one project may have more than one architecture or one structure. We may implement in two structures or three structures. Later, we can put some relationship between those two structures by doing something. I think we have ear diagrams also. We can make by using some what I mean rhombus symbol. We are giving the relationship between two tables, right? So like that here also, by developing two different structures by using some relation, we can attach them. So that is the second point. Coming to third one, every computing system with software has a software architecture. What it means? So no need of follow the architecture is known to everyone. So if we design an architecture, no need of knowing that architecture to everyone. It is clear to everyone. If you have the stuff to design the architecture in different way, we can design. But while explaining that architecture, we should explain at the time clearly. Otherwise, you can design your architecture in our own way. So that is the meaning of every computing system with the software has a architecture. And also an architecture can exist independently. So there is no dependency of drawing one person one architecture design and another architect design. Okay, there is a chance to design different architectures for a single project. That's completely depend upon the architect or designer. So if one designer may, he will give one kind of design. If we will go for some other designer, so he will give another structure or another design. So like that it will be vary from person to person. The architecture may vary from person to person. So that is the meaning of the third one. And coming to the fourth one, the behavior of each element is part of the architecture. So each and every element may have a different functions or a different behavior. That behaviors must be related to a project. So that elements doesn't show different behavior to that particular project. If we'll take the WhatsApp project, there we are having different elements or different modules. In that modules, each and every module should work related to your WhatsApp only. If it is not related to your WhatsApp, why we are installing, or otherwise why we are using that particular WhatsApp, or otherwise that particular element? So waste of time now. So each and every module or each and every element related to your architecture or project should have, okay, its own I mean should have or related to a desired project itself. Okay. And coming to the last point, the definition is indifferent as to whether the architecture for a system is good one or bad one. So, if the architecture, which means the design, may be a good one or it may be a bad one, that is secondary thing. First of all, the definition is different from each and every architecture. If we will see some general example, that is if we are going for a construction of a building, there we have some different architectures and some different what parameters and what different things will be available for different projects. So accordingly, the definition is may be different for each and every field or each and every project, like that. Whether that is good project or that is bad project, that is secondary. First of all, after designing a project, so it must have some relation. I mean, it must have some functions, and each and every function must be same to one another. I mean, each and every function should be related to one another if we are using, and those are having some separate properties. Whether what is the life of that something, what is the what behavior, or otherwise what is the performance of that element, or something, what is the relationship between the two elements, like that. It may sometimes it may vary, but not sure those are all same. Okay, right. uh, Thank you.